Hello students, good morning to all of you. Once again, welcome back to the class. So the last class we have deeply discussed about what are the impact of corruptions. Okay, in that impact we have discussed that whenever the corruptions practices are involved, how the corruptions will impact upon society, administrations, that we have discussed in the last class. Now we are going forward for a new topic, which is Anti-Corruptions Act 19, Anti-Corruptions Act in India. So in this act, Anti-Corruptions Act, which is against to corruption, the government of India have passed the first Anti-Corruption Act in 1988. And again in this only the government have made some amendment, some changes they have made in this 1988, and once again the government have implemented one more act in 2018. So we are going to discuss about what are the Anti-Corruptions Act in India. We are going forward, students. So first one, we know that Indian government corruption, we know what is meant by corruption. So whenever the dishonest behavior of those who are in the power, whenever the dishonest behavior of those who are in the power, they involve in various types of corruptions. So when you are if corruptions will increases, then what will happen? It will impact greatly upon our society, administration. Okay, and this is the mainly result, because when the government is not transparent, then corruptions will be possible. If the government will be transparent to the people, corruptions can be controlled. But under the government also there are many officers which are taking the corruptions. Okay, now that's why to control the corruption, Indian government have made several measures to check the corruptions. So Indian government have made various measures to control the corruptions. Now what are the measures? See, to control the corruptions, our government of India have passed an act which is called Preventions of Corruptions Act 2018. So this is the new act. Okay, Prevention of Corruptions Act 2018 the government has passed. This act was enacted by some amendment to prevent the Corruptions Act 1988. So whatever the act which they have passed in 1988, so they made some changes in that point, and they prepared a new act which is called as Prevention of Corruptions Act 2018. Before only the government of India have passed an act. When the government of India have passed an act in 1988, so government have made some changes in this act, and again the government have passed one more new act which is called as 2018, which is Prevention of Corruptions Act 2018. Because even though after passing the act, since the corruptions are widely practiced in India, and that's why the government wanted to make some changes in this act, previous act. What is the previous act? Prevention of Corruption Act 1988, the government have made some amendment, changes they have made. So as I already said you, as per the period of time, we have to make some changes in the constitutions is possible. According to the time, changes is very important. Okay, as soon as when we are going to the modern age, some changes are very important according to the time. So here also, so already the act was passed, Prevention of Corruptions Act 1988, but even though after formulations and after passing the act, corruptions are widely practiced all over India, and that's why to control the corruption, once again the government have modified and made some changes in the Prevention of Corruptions Act 1988, and once again the government have passed a new act which is called as Prevention of Corruptions Act 2018. So this is just they have made some changes. Now if you see what is this act, the new act, what it's saying that this new act is prohibiting the public servant from accepting any type of illegal gratifications for discharging the official function. If you go to pension office or various office, what the officers are doing is, officers to discharge their functions, in order to discharge their official duties, what they are doing, they are taking income. So after formulation and after the passing of this act, Prevention of Corruptions Act 2018, so this act prohibit any officers, this act prohibit any public servant or any government servant to accept any type of illegal gratification. So government servant cannot accept any type of illegal gratifications to discharge his own service. Okay, this is one point. Already the government is paying many facilities to these peoples, but even though after providing the facilities, there are some section of the people still there are depending on corruptions, and that's why to control all the evil practice of the corruption, the government have formulated Prevention of Corruptions Act 2018. This act prohibits that public servants, this act prohibit the public servant to accept any type of illegal gratification for discharging their own official functions. Now, this act proved that if any officers are involving in the practice of corruptions, then according to this act, that officers will be given punishment. Children, now corruptions comes under the list of criminal list. We have two cases, civil case and criminal cases. So now the corruptions are in the criminal cases. If any persons are involving in the practice of corruptions, so serious consequences will be taken against him. So here also, according to this act, if all the charges are proved, to the concerned officer, whether he is taken corruption, then that concerned officers will be given punishment according to this act. So instead of having the few greedy things, he have to lose his whole jobs, he have to lose his whole resources. One more point is bribe. Bribe is nothing but this is mainly given to the intermediate which are held responsible for this act. Even though when the people are taking a small bribe also, whenever the people are taking small bribe, okay, intermediates are mainly responsible. In the lower offices we can find most of the intermediates are mainly responsible to take the bribes. According to this act, if any people are taking bribes in any level, then if the charges are proved, they will also given the punishments. So this is one point. Filing against, even though one more point is, whenever if any person wanted to file against any authorities, when if you find that any big authorities are involving in corruptions, in that condition, when you wanted to file upon that authorities, then you have to need permissions with the approval of government function. In state level, you need a permission of governor, as well as in central level we need a permission of president when the highest officials are involved. Whenever if you wanted to file a case upon highest officials, if you are filing a corruption charges upon highest officers, then permission is also important. So permissions and approval is very important. So approval we have to, in the state level, suppose if you wanted to file a case in the authority in the state level, then approvals are needed in the behalf of governor, and in the central level approvals are needed in the behalf of President of India. This is one point. So children, this is about the Anti-Corruptions Act in India. So last classes we have discussed about the impact of corruptions, in which we have detailedly discussed that whenever the people are involving in the corruption, that will greatly affect upon society. Whatever the money in the future in the previous class, what we have discussed, that whatever the money which the government is spending on the poor people, that money is not reaching to the poor people. So whatever the money government is spending on the poor people, the government, and that money is not reaching to the poor people because of intermediates, officials are taking away all the incomes, leaders, political parties, they are taking away all the resources or whatever the money which the people should get, or which the people have right, all the money were not reaching to the peoples. For example, if you see in Uttar Pradesh is the best example. In Uttar Pradesh we can find government is releasing some funds, okay, for the construction of houses, but still that most of the beneficiaries are not getting any type of benefits. They have not reached any type of benefits. So all these funds are getting diverted to the officials. So that is also one corruptions. So that is becoming evil. So when this will happen, what will happen? The development will not be reaching to the society. In that condition, the government, in order to prevent this corruption, the government has passed an act which is called Anti-Corruptions Act. Now here see, Indian government have made several measures to check the corruptions. Our government of India have made several measures to control corruptions. Our government of India have made several measures to check the corruption. First of all, Prevention of Corruptions Act 2018. So government have made one act which is called as Prevention of Corruption Act 2018. This act is an amendment of the previous act, Prevention of Corruptions Act 1988. So children, previously the government have passed an act, Prevention of Corruptions Act 1988. So they modified some changes because the government needed some changes here in this act, because even though after formulation of this act, corruption practices are widely going on, and that's why the same act, by implementing some changes, once again the government have implemented Prevention of Corruption Act 2018. It is as it is the same act, but some amendment and some changes were made in that act. So this new act, Prevention of Corruption Act 2018, this new act, what it prohibits, that public servants should not accept any type of illegal gratifications, okay, to discharge their official function. If the public servants are accepting any type of illegal gratification to discharge the function, then they will comes under corruptions. Now, if this act is proved against the concerned officials that they have involving in the corruptions or they are taking corruption, then they will be punished. And one more point is bribes. If any officials who are working at any level, intermediate level, if any officers are held responsible, and then they will be liable to give punishment according to this act. Next, filing. Whenever the highest officials are involving in the corruptions in that condition, whenever if you wanted to file a charge upon the highest officials, then what we need an approval of state government as well as central government. If the approval we will get, then we can able to file upon even highest officials who are involving in the corruptions. So children, we already know that in India there are many corruptions and scams. Instead of utilizing that corruptions, this money it is getting diverted in the hand of one private property. Instead of that, 2G scams, Commonwealth scams, or whatever the scams which you can find in our country. So if these scams were utilized, whatever the money which were used in this scam, if this scam were utilized for the development of the people, not only our economy, the standard of living of the people also will be developed. Our per capita income will improve, our GDP will improve. So at certain extents we are not able to develop, or the benefits are not reaching to the grassroots level. The main thing is corruptions are mainly responsible, and that's why the government have passed an act which is called Anti-Corruption Act. If this act will be implemented truthfully, then corruptions can be under control, and India can able to develop at maximum level. So this is the point, children. So we will meet you in the next class. We will continue the same topic in the next class, Anti-Corruption Act in India. Thank you very much, children.